Hi, Ryan. Hi, Danielle. I love your name, by the way, Danielle. This is Daniel Ramsey. And because we only have a 30-minute time frame, I wanted to create this quick video so you guys can watch it on your cell phones, listen to it in your car or just in between when you have a chance. Real quick, we're 10 years old, so we've been helping real estate people across the country and in Canada grow their business in some capacity for, over the last 10 years. We've had over 4,000 clients, and I'm super excited about all the opportunity that we have. Bob's a dear friend of mine, and he's the reason we're getting together. And he is currently supported by our virtual professionals. So we offer the 3 different areas. So I want to go over those real quick. We do a ton of prospecting for clients. We also have some marketing. So if you need a marketing coordinator to run, all of your systems around generating leads, or kind of a design person to help you with videos, flyers, collateral creation, and then social media stuff too. So those are kind of the 3 areas that we help in the marketing world. And then administrative stuff like transaction coordinator, customer service, website admin, scheduling, database management, and some of the largest teams across the country utilize us. And we're really proud to have, some great customers who've been with us a really long time. Okay, so what's different about us? We create business outcome statements. So this is really important because this for us replaces job description, it replaces task lists, it replaces areas of responsibility. I understand you guys have an operation need, so we'll most likely define your outcome around increasing the productivity of your in-house staff by eliminating some of their repetitive tasks or busy work or some of the stuff that they just have to do every single day. But there's also the customer experience. So helping people, get their things on time, making sure that they're happy with their product and the service that you guys provide. And we can also help with the quality, meeting deadlines, making sure people are out there, making sure there's constant communication. And then there's some obvious cost outcomes too, because we're about a third of the cost of a typical US person. So these are the typical outcomes. Growing revenue is always the number one that we help people. And the reason we start with the outcome is we want to ask the question, like, what is the one thing that you're willing to pay for the rest of your career that we could support you on to help you scale your company up? So a couple of clarifiers: object of control, what's being measured, unit of measurement, and then any contextual clarifier. Like let's say you're using Dotloop or SkySlope as your transaction coordinating software, you may want us to run that. That's an example of a contextual clarifier. Unit of measurement, maybe getting everything done on time or getting all the tasks completed as they're required. We'll come up with what exactly your guys' outcome will be in the conversation, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that this is kind of where we sit. And then we always look for lead and lag measures, ways for you to know that the things are getting done on time for your virtual professional. This is a little bit about our success rate. Only 2.2% of the people who apply get through our process and eventually get endorsed to clients. You'll see we added 506 endorsed to clients last year. It's a pretty awesome number considering we had 22,000 people apply. We do an FEI grade background check, employment check, we're doing an education check, we're doing a personality profile, very similar to the KPI or the DISC. And then one of our bigger value propositions is the 3 E's. So currently employed, so we're not gonna find somebody who is out of work, right? We're gonna look for somebody who's an administrative support person already, meaning they're already helping another business grow and doing the administrative side or the operations side inside that business, and we're simply going to move them over to your business and teach them the way you guys do things. So it's really important that you understand we're hiring employed people. They have good track record of experience, meaning they've been successful at the job, and we know that, and they have expertise, meaning they have third-party training. So that's a really important part of what we do too. I like to show examples. This guy is crazy. Chief actually last year did 30 deals and ended up hiring 2 of our ISAs and 1 admin person, and he did it in multiple batches. So I want you guys to think about, okay, what's your first phase of growth and what's your second phase of growth? Because what we like to do is kind of embed ourselves in the larger teams across the country and help them. And once you get comfortable with how we work and understand it and get the team used to it, then we look for the next area to add value within your team. And what Chief did was hired 2 ISAs and then 1 admin person, 2 more ISAs and another admin, and he 5x'd his business this year, which is pretty phenomenal considering. Here is, well, what we just talked about. Let me go through, went the wrong way. So these are some of the things that will be good for you guys to bring to the conversation. Who's on the team? What are the key roles? What area of business would most benefit from the VP? Like, what were you guys thinking? We'll make sure we get all of our raw measurements, leads and lags. And then, is there any other areas that we would include in your first phase versus your second? And here's our readiness understanding. Definitely need to have the right vision and the right leadership in place. The person needs to have somebody to help them learn the metrics, learn the position, almost like a mentor of sort, right? So you have to have the vision and the leadership in place for our person to be successful. Clear line of communication, a cadence of communication, and an onboarding plan. That's number 2 piece. And then the third is just have the right systems and tools so they can get in there. For some reason, some of our clients are like, well, here's access to this, but not access to that. Our VPs, you need to give them, a company email, get them a company phone, make sure they're on the company, chat or Slack or whatever. Include them in the weekly and monthly meetings for the company. Just throw them on a Google Hangout or something so they can hear and kind of chime in. Interact with them. So it's real important that these are the 3 things for us to know that you're actually ready to rock and roll using our service, and we will help you grow. But if you have these 3 things, you're going to be successful with us. So these are some of the questions too. What key systems and processes will you need to learn? Are these systems and processes documented? It's super important that we have that. Who will be available to train and mentor, and what's the regular cadence? And then here's another piece that's really important. How quickly would you be available to interview candidates? When we do this, we're going to fly through this. It's going to be fast. In fact, it shocks most people, especially within the KW system where, you interview, you do multiple rounds, and then you narrow it down to 1 candidate. Something that's different about us is we have a 1, 2, 3. So if you guys decide to move forward and you sign up, the next day you're going to get candidates, the next day you're going to be interviewing, and literally we could be having that person work for your company in the very next day. When you do interviews, you'll get 3 to 5 people, and we're going to send them over, and you guys hopefully will move quickly. And the reality is we do that because we did all the vetting for you up front. What we're looking for you to do is just help us vet them for your culture, help us vet them for exactly the skill set that you need in order to perform. That's the piece that we need from you guys. Okay. This is our path. So I just want to make sure we're clear. So we create the outcome statement. You go into placements. That's where you get 3 to 5 interviews. If you like them, great. If you don't, we move on. In the placements process, you're going to get a video of them. You're also going to get their resume, and you're also going to get their personality profile. So you'll have an idea of who they are before you schedule time with them. And we do that again so that you guys, can narrow it down. If you look at 5, resumes and you like 2 of them, let's just interview those 2. And if you don't like those 2, we'll get you another 5. And so that's our placements process. Within the onboarding process, we have some playbooks for you. We're going to help support you. We've got a launch process that takes 90 days. We know to go from 0 to adding value to your company, it takes 90 days. And then really it takes another 90 days before they're like a rock star on your team. And that, I just want to make sure we're clear about the time frame it takes to get them up to speed, and then what the value is going to be. How long is it going to be until we get value? So that's the onboarding process. And next, scale and purpose. So again, we talked about phase 1 and phase 2. When you work with My App Desk, we like to support every aspect. So it's likely that we're going to ask you to come back and look at your marketing team. We're going to look at your sales team. What we want to do is embed our folks to help you scale your business. Also on the purpose side, we have a charity that we're involved with. And so we like to ask clients to be involved with that charity. Our virtual professionals give of themselves time and energy and love, and hopefully you'll decide to contribute some money on a regular basis. And we do good, impactful things. We bring hope and opportunity to people in the Philippines. This year, we are basically remodeling an orphanage. So really excited about our entire process. I'll share with you a couple more slides. This is some of the charity work. This is Boys Town last year, which is the orphanage that we were at, and this is a disabled home, another place where we can bring joy and happiness to folks. And these are some of our VPs who really have gone, the extra mile. But that really is everything about our business. So really appreciate your time. I'm going to throw another quick video behind this just to give you a little bit more context. It's only a minute. And I look forward to seeing you guys both tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, bye.
We're thankful for the home we have. We're thankful for the love we have. We know not everyone has as much as we, and thankful. And it's a stark consideration to really understand the blessings that we have, and then to go out into the community and share some of the things that we have, and it can be time and money, but it's great. Faith and grace, optimistic hope. Guys, to inspire just even one child today to perhaps want to make a difference someday, as we will do today, could change the course of all the life that that person remembers and has before.